Jane Austen.
Jane Austen was born on December 16, 1775, in Steventon, Hampshire, England. She is celebrated as one of the greatest novelists in English literature, known for her keen observations of human nature, social commentary, and memorable characters. Her novels, including Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, and Emma, have captivated readers for generations. Jane Austen was the seventh of 8 children born to George Austen, a rector, and his wife, Cassandra Lee Austen. The Austen family was close-knit and well-educated, with a strong emphasis on reading and intellectual pursuits. Jane was particularly close to her sister, Cassandra, who remained her confidant throughout her life. Jane Austen received her early education at home, supplemented by brief stints at boarding schools. From a young age, she showed a talent for writing, creating stories and plays for her family's amusement. By her teenage years, she had begun writing more substantial works, including the first drafts of what would later become her celebrated novels. Jane Austen's literary career began in earnest in the late 1790s, when she started revising early versions of Sense and Sensibility and Pride and Prejudice. These novels were published anonymously, credited simply as by a lady, due to the social norms of the time, which often discouraged women from seeking public recognition. Sense and Sensibility explores the lives and romantic entanglements of the Dashwood sisters, Eleanor and Marianne, and contrasts rationality with emotionality. Pride and Prejudice, perhaps Austen's most famous work, tells the story of Elizabeth Bennet and her evolving relationship with the wealthy and aloof Mr. Darcy. The novel is celebrated for its wit, character development, and social critique. Mansfield Park follows Fanny Price, a poor girl raised by her wealthy relatives, and addresses issues of morality, family dynamics, and social class. Emma is the story of Emma Woodhouse, a young woman who meddles in the romantic affairs of her friends. It highlights themes of self-discovery and personal growth. Northanger Abbey, which was published posthumously in 1818, is a satire of Gothic novels. This book follows Catherine Morland's adventures and misadventures in love and imagination. Persuasion, which was also published posthumously in 1818 and which some consider Austen's most mature work, centers on Anne Elliot, a woman who gets a second chance at love with Captain Frederick Wentworth. Austen lived a quiet life, primarily in rural Hampshire. In 1801, the Austen family moved to Bath, a fashionable city at the time, which influenced her later works. After her father's death in 1805, the family faced financial difficulties, and they eventually settled in Chawton, where Austen's writing flourished. In 1816, Austen's health began to decline. She continued to work on her writing, completing drafts of Sandy Tun and other minor works before her death. Jane Austen died on July 18, 1817, at the age of 41, likely from Addison's disease or Hodgkin's lymphoma. She was buried in Winchester Cathedral. Jane Austen's novels have never been out of print and continue to be widely read, adapted into films, television series, and stage productions. Her keen observations of social manners, class distinctions, and the intricacies of relationships have ensured her place as a foundational figure in English literature. Austen's work remains relevant and beloved, offering insight into the human condition with wit and grace.
Thank you for listening to English Audio Lounge. We hope you have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more audio stories and video classes to improve your English.